Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be reviewing the final aircraft loadout for USS Independence. As previously mentioned, the ship itself has not changed, so all of our stats are exactly the same as they have been for the last two games. The only difference is the aircraft layout that we have for today. Today we have one fighter squadron of 6 aircraft, we have one torpedo bomber squadron of 6 aircraft, and we have 2 dive bomber squadrons, each with 6 aircraft themselves. Now, as we've seen in the Bogue and other Independence videos, the dive bombers are doing a lot of damage, and that is something that you will find for the entire American carrier line. So, yeah, your dive bombers for all carriers except Langley are going to be really, really good. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good damage numbers. This is more of a strike setup. So we have a balanced, we have a defensive, and now we have our strike setup. But we still have the ability to launch fighters or have fighters. So we still have a little bit of defensive capability. So with that, let's toss into in our final game and see how we can do. All right, and here we have ourselves a game. We have one carrier, looks like 3 battleships, 2 cruisers, and 2 destroyers. Honestly, it's a pretty good game. None of these ships have good AA, pretty much. They all have a little bit. Maybe Bayern has the best because it has really good long range. Uh, but besides that, nothing really. New Mexico is really strong when it's fully spec'd and fully maxed out, but this is a stock New Mexico, so we don't have much to worry about there. And let's just set up our aircraft here. Let's put them around. Let's do it the Normandy. I don't really think Normandy has that good of AA. Alright, so we're going to go... Actually, no, let's keep going straight. I was going to go to the right, but with the targets that we have, I feel like I can take them out quicker than they can shoot me. We'll see if that works. And if not, we do have the speed to fall back. Right, so we have an Ioba on this side. Let's see if we can get our drop in with the torpedoes first. And then bring our dive bombers back up here. I do have health buffs and speed buffs applied at this time, so keep that in mind. We're actually going to bring these over here. Because if we can sink the Aoba with the torpedoes, then we can use the dive bombers on something else. So let's see if we can get this drop right. Maybe something like that. That looks pretty good. There we go. Awesome. And now we have our dive bombers for the second Aoba here. Six bomb hits for 11,000 damage. And let's follow it up with the second strike. It's not going to be as perfectly aimed. We might miss altogether. Yeah, we missed. Oh well. But that was some pretty decent damage we did with that. I do see that we are in secondary range of a Hatsuharu. So we'll get to use our secondaries for what little good they are. As you can see, not too good. Just dodging to see if any torpedoes are heading my way. I do expect them to at some point. Hey, we finally got a secondary hit. Alright, we can bring our torpedo bombers back out. But it'll be fun trying to torpedo this Hatsu. The maneuverability on the ship is pretty good as well. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Hey, we got a fire. Awesome. That should work. Well, she goes down anyways. Alright, that's fine with me. Alright, so let's see if we can get some good dive bomber damage onto these battleships over here. Not much for our fighters to do right now. Looks like our Ayoba, yep, just went down. I was spotting for the Icarus here, the Hatsu, but it looks like she's about to go down still. But we can try and take out some of these dive bombers since there's no fighter escort. And let's actually see if we can work on this Normandy first. Yep, we just lost our Hatsu. Looks like the fighters are coming in. That's alright, because we're still going to dive bomb this Normandy here. 3 fires, almost 11,000 damage. And it looks like we're going to lose our fighter squadron, but we do have a few spares. Not that many spares actually, only 3 spare fighters it looks like. So only half a squadron now. So we'll take as many as we can. But this is still a pretty much strike focused layout, so I'm not too worried about losing my fighters. Our torpedo bombers are out, so let's see what we can do against this New Mexico here. Something like that should work. That still may be too much lead, but I think it's pretty good. Actually, that was pretty much perfect. Awesome. Alright, bring our dive bombers back out. How's that Normandy doing? Looks like they're pushing towards our cap, and actually I'm going to stop right now because I don't want to go and face this Bayern in a secondary brawl. So they sank the destroyer. Actually, do we want to take on this Bayern first? Because that puts us at the most threat right now. Actually, yeah, we are. We're going to have to run away too. Alright, so let's bring over our dive bombers. Dive bombers coming in. 13,000 damage and 2 fires. Really good damage there. I'm going to take a little bit of a loop around to try and get into their base. Because I feel like, well, I was going to say our 2 battleships could take down the 1. It looks like it's just going to be 1v1 right now. Our fighters, let's just bring them back out. And let's see if we can finish off this Bayern with our torpedoes. Looks like she is turning to engage my carrier. So that'll hopefully take the attention off of at least her, but I don't think she could actually shoot anything else. That might be too much lead, but we still have our dive bombers, which have obviously worked before. 3 torpedo hits and a flooding, though she probably just repaired that. Fighters, alright, so the other battleship's gonna go down. That'll just leave the Bayern that we're about to take out, as well as the carrier. Actually, let's just leave her there. And we have our dive bombers. Actually, can we just take her out with 1? Probably not with that aim. There we go. Wow, that was 3 fires at the end. Alright, and now we have nothing left except to take out this carrier, which is somewhere down here. So let's bring out our torpedo bombers. We're going to stop and sit in the base for right now anyways. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Let's try to engage these fighters with the help of the New Mexico AA. Stock, she doesn't have much, but at least it's better than nothing. And it's what, 3v3? So now it's only 3v2, and we still have the better upgraded fighters. So we have a possibility of winning this dogfight with a good chance. There's only one left. I would like to shoot it down so I can intercept these torpedo bombers, but it's kind of being slow. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so this will scatter the enemy torpedo bombers when they do their strike for a widespread, as you can quite clearly see. So that helps us mitigate the damage that my team is taking, even though we're not shooting down nearly as many aircraft as I want to. That's fine. What little bit helps. Alright, our strike aircraft are on their way. And now we just have to see if we can... Oh, she's widespread. I think she has her defensive AA on. But that's fine. Even a couple torpedoes will do some more damage. At least 2 torpedo hits. Pretty decent. Dive bombers are going to come in now. We're almost capped the base too. Two bomb hits for no damage, but we did get a fire. Alright, this one's better aimed. That's more like it. 6 bomb hits for, what was that, 8,000 damage or so? And she's still going to be burning. Intercepting these torpedoes to scatter them again with the one fighter we have left. But she goes down anyways. We actually almost capped the base too for a win. Alright, so let's see how we did. So for the strike layout, we had 176,000 damage, 2 ships sunk, 15 torpedo hits, 41 bomb hits, 12 aircraft shot down, 11 fires, 3 floodings, 1 module destroyed, and 4 secondary hits for almost 6,500 base XP. Fires and floodings did 38,600 damage exactly. Secondary battery did 2,600. Yeah, secondaries are absolutely worthless. And torpedoes, we did 86,000 damage, and bombs, we did 48,000 damage. So even though your torpedoes do more damage, like as an alpha strike, overall, I feel like torpedoes are not the best way to do damage. You still have the Devastators, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you have the Devastators. So they're pretty slow. They're not that good. They drop 6 torpedoes, but if you can, you need to hit most of them to do quite a bit of damage. But those dive bombers, man, the amount of damage you can get with those, like 13,000 damage at this tier, not many ships can stand up to that more than 2 or 3 times. So as a strike layout, this is a pretty good setup. And honestly, like I said, if you could take out the torpedo bombers, I would. Just add more, like a fighter squadron, or even just another dive bomber squadron, or just even more spares. Like, I feel like she doesn't need the torpedo bombers to be effective, but they're also there. You can use them if you'd like. They're probably better for taking out destroyers, honestly. But yeah, so this ship is really, really good. At this tier, you do start to see the higher tier anti-aircraft defenses. So do be careful of that. You still only have your 36 or 34 aircraft. 36. So Dunkirks, Atlantas, ships like those, beware of those at all times. And then tomorrow we'll be looking at the first layout for USS Ranger, the first purpose-built carrier for the American Navy. So again, thank you for watching and take care.